Aegina is a beautiful small island with little villages and historic sites just off the coast from Athens. I started my journey from the Osmonia subway station in Athens, and that takes you to the port. And from there at Pier 7, you can buy a ticket for €7. The Google map was incorrect in 2017, so watch out for that. Look for Pier 7. My ferry was comfortable and played old movies in the lounge that were probably made at the same time as the ferry. The journey takes you past the island of Salamis, the site of one of the most important battles in history, where in 480 BC, the Greek city-states defeated the much larger Persian Empire and stopped their conquest of Europe. The regular ferry takes about 70 minutes. There's a smaller, smokier fast ferry for €20. It's a pleasant trip that takes you to the port city of Aegina. I stayed at a wonderful small hotel for €40 a night with balcony and views. The town and surrounding countryside make for great, pleasant walks. Pistachio orchards are prominent features, and you can buy the nuts everywhere in town. I rented a car for €35 a day to explore the island. There's also a regular bus service and rental bikes, but the mountain is quite mountainous. And just walking around town, of course, is a delight with many interesting places to see, old fortifications, as well as mansions and old churches. Great views of people and places, and just here's an orchard here in one of the estates. And this is all just on the edge of the town. Once you set off from town, the coast road takes you initially around along the coast, where you can see some great sights, just pleasant little churches. This is a view back towards the port from one of the docks of the town of Aegina. Great calamari there. This is one of the churches you'll see along the road, old lighthouse. This is a museum of a contemporary sculptor, Greek sculptor. A favorite site of mine was the Temple of Athena, which served as a model for the Great Parthenon in Athens. Some of the Doric columns still stand. It was built in 500 BC in honor of a female fertility goddess and is pregnant with history. Much of the original sculpture is now in Munich. On a clear day, you can see back to Athens from the mountaintop. I definitely recommend going there at sunset. It's quite nice. There's a small museum within the temple complex, and this is a model of what it would have looked like originally. Quite an interesting site, and some of the remaining sculptural pieces that aren't in Munich. Driving allows you the freedom to visit such sites as the windmills, some of the farming areas, old churches. This is an old church that happened to be on a mountain that was open, obviously still used. There's a small cemetery attached to it. And you can explore other buildings. There's some more small churches. This one was on the coast. This camera obscura was built a number of years ago. Unfortunately, it's fallen into disrepair. It's on a spit of land across from one of the small towns. This is a small, tiny little church that's behind the camera obscura. This is the town that's associated with a little fishing village with a great church. Wonderful food to be found in all of these little towns. This is the Necatorios Church and Nunnery that was just outside of Aegina. And behind it, there was, right here is a grouping of small churches. There was originally 360 of these churches. This is where the Aegeans fled from the Venetians and hid out. Here's some scenes from around town. And in Aegina City, there is a great little museum that has a lot of reconstruction of what the town would have looked like. Aegina was actually a major power at one time until it was defeated by the Athenians. And they've kind of recreated what the town would have looked like over hundreds of years, the various fortifications that were put into effect. This is the coastal restaurants, and looking at the sunset, beautiful sunsets pretty much every night. I was there in September, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe and pass this along to your friends.